we're back. Who do we have today? Who do we have next?
So we have Dr. Von Homer, co-founder and chief scientific officer of HX Innovations, and we have Nicole Homer, co-founder, chief operating officer of HX Innovations and CEO.
Okay, all right.
Yes, so welcome.
Welcome. They've been making headway, been making moves for a minute now with this latest technology, right? And you were in the pitch contest that that I was hosting at the Delaware, the Wilmington Public Library, and she was on there talking about the company, right? And she just went, she like snapped, and just it turned on. So you know if it's something that you're passionate about, it just clicks, and it was like second nature. So everyone was asking her questions, she was like, pew, there you go, there go your answer. It was amazing. So no. Let me let you tell everyone, what is HX Innovations?
HX Innovations is really this brainchild that just spawned out of a great mind. Dr. Homer is the chief scientist. He is just a creative unicorn, wanting to understand about the body, wanting to understand how it all works, and better yet, how can we continue to move fluently as we age, right, over time. The idea spawned from really an athletic injury. I am a former, well, not a former Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, right? But understanding injuries and the importance of pushing your body to the limit, but what happens, right, to your body when you push it to the limit, it starts breaking down. And so what we've done at HX Innovations is we've created a science that can help analyze movement now. So you can know where you're starting. If you have any abnormalities, any imbalances, we can give you kind of a warning sign, right? So you can know what you need to do to improve, what you need to do to get stronger, what you need to do to kind of push your limits, but safely, right? So that we can try to prolong or even prevent foot and ankle injuries and other lower extremity, which is from the hip down injuries, so that way we can live long, right? I mean, I want to see my great grandkids, right? And be able
to run with them.
I want to run with them, right? We all do. So
no, and that's fascinating because you're helping prevent injury. I remember growing up, I played sports. I was a dancer since the age of 3, ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, and I tore my meniscus. So I was very active. I was playing soccer for 11 years. I was dancing every single year. I was on the swim team every year. So I was very active. But I tore my meniscus because there was a weak point in my body, and I wasn't able to catch that. If I would have known, or if I was advised, I would have probably prevented that, because that injury caused me to stop soccer, stop dance. I had to stop everything. I wasn't even able to walk in heels, which was tough too. So, and I was a teenager at this time. I'm a young woman, so I was very, very disheartened by the experience. So having, something, I guess you would say the technology, but more so the advancements that you're able to prevent could really change the path of someone's future, their career, their schools, scholarships, I mean, everything. So just to dive in a little bit about what it is HX Innovations and talking about it more, what is neuroergonomics?
So neuroergonomics is a science that is founded in the brain, and it's studying the brain as it relates to normal work or everyday activity. So it's a science that really focuses on how the body moves as it relates to, our outside environment. So sports we play, things we do, objects we wear, things like that. And so, and it's focused on the neuromuscular system. So we actually measure the electrical activity of the brain through the muscles.
That is so fascinating.
I'm blown away right here because one word, right? One word, prevention. Right?
Yes.
Like we could, like you're wow. So you'll be able to tell people, hey, you be careful of that meniscus, right?
Yes.
And they give them treatment or whatever prior to.
Well, we give recommendations, right?
Okay.
And so it's all about the idea of this neuroergonomics, right? The word ergonomics, breaking it down, is how we function in space, right? So if we are focusing now on athletes, if an athlete is a soccer player, right, their space that they're functioning in is that of a field or a turf, and that with a soccer ball, right? And so what you need to do in order to be relevant in that space, you need to be agile, right? You need to be able to jump at any given moment. My son was in a soccer tournament on Saturday, and he's jumping over some random guy, and I said, oh my God, that's fascinating, you know, but these are things that we have to do within sports as an athlete. And so what we're able to do using biotechnology that really already exists, but perfecting it, refining it, improving it in a way that we can get this report that we can say, hey, warning sign, you're at risk. How do we know that? This assessment that we did, we saw an imbalance. And with that imbalance, your body's gonna compensate for the lack, right? So if I'm, you know, if one leg is weaker than the other, I'm gonna put more weight on this other leg. I may be prone to some type of injury, right? And so we just give that warning sign so that we can work smartly and we can kind of take ownership of our own bodies and our own capabilities, and we can go beyond what we think we can do, right? Because after you get injured, you may have this post-traumatic situation that happens. I don't want to have, like, it's a painful thing to go through an injury and recover. This will give us the confidence that we need to kind of push those limits.
And you touched on that so well, that not only are you physically hurt, mentally. So now that once I was healed, and I went through all the rehabilitation and physical therapy and I had arthroscopic surgery, I was still hesitant. I still was very, like, I don't know if I can, I didn't feel 100% confident the way I felt before the injury. And that will always be in the back of my mind when whether I'm out on the field or I put on a pair of heels or I'm dancing, whatever it is, I always have that insecurity. And that's the same for many athletes, that that hesitation. So you're right, not only is it physically traumatizing, it's also mentally traumatizing.
And I wanted to add in, you know, who pushes us to those limits, right? Who encourages us to go further? It's our coaches, right? It's our trainers. So if they had the information, they could say, okay, I know you're recovering from an injury. Are you ready to play? Let's take this test again to see how you're improving, right? So that way I know how to train you where you are. You know, I can take this information and maybe customize and personalize your individual strength and conditioning training for you based on your body's capacity at this point, and not put you out there too prematurely. Once you're injured that one time, you may be prone to get injured again. Foot and ankle injuries, if you're injured that first time, 47% chance you're going to get that injury is going to reoccur. So whatever we can do to push those limits, that's what we're here for.
In addition to that, it's also a good vote of confidence for the actual athlete themselves. So if they're able to read a score and see how well they're improved based on how they feel, then that could add to their confidence as well.
Understood. Now we're talking about athletics and athletes, right? And so you guys are in-house at the Chase Fieldhouse now, right? So can you explain that? Just tell people about that relationship and what you're doing down there with them.
Sure. You want to start this?
So
I love this story. But we have our own vantage point. So we get excited in different ways. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So the story goes that we were actually at a practice for our son. He's playing soccer, and we realized that if we're going to speak to a lot of athletes and touch a lot of athletes and actually build on the science and the technology, what better place to do it here? So we started looking around and kind of finding, they have sports performance, they have athletic training and sports medicine there, but they don't have sports science. And sports science is the arm that feeds the information to the athletic trainers and the coaches. And so I pretty much just did a cold call to it was actually to the management group, and they got back to me and said, yeah, we never had this before, and we think it'll be exciting to have you guys down.
Wow.
It kind of came through.
Cold call played off.
Well, my version's a little more dramatic than that, right? So I had a vision. I'm driving up from 13, and you go up on there's the overpass and there's a big billboard, right?
Yes.
And I had this vision of our logo and our sign right on top of the Chase Fieldhouse. And I said, you know what? We're going to be in the Chase Fieldhouse what are we going to do? So we talked about it, and
you manifest it.
And we said, okay, well, what don't they have? You know, how can we add value? What can we do to improve where they're going?
Yes.
If they're training their youth athletes for scholarships, right, for professional opportunities, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
And so that's when we did the cold call, but it was with the information. You know, we did do
Understood.
the research and find out who they are, who BPG is, what they're doing, Delaware Sporting, what they're doing. And so we took that opportunity to add value. And so.
Now this is a great thing, right?
Right.
What is the future? Because I know you both are looking at the future. Now, it is okay. We're talking about prevention of injury, but what else can this do? Sports medicine, or is it another type of medicine that this technology can help the masses?
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
So
So,
much, right, yeah.
what it was designed to do and has already done, which we haven't started to do in the market yet, it could actually be used in robotics. It could be used in the medical field. It could be used to
Gaming.
It can be used in sports betting and in terms of prediction for players, to actually gamify the experience for the viewers that are watching TV. And so those are just some of the things that we're working on, and those are some of the things that we've, have done in the lab already.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So things are brewing, things are coming about. We can also be used for gait assessments, fall prevention. There's a whole industry for aging in that whole process of,
elderly.
what happens if you have to go through an amputation. How can we get your body to function as normal as possible in the event you should wear some type of prosthetic and things of that nature. These are things that our technology can add value to in the sports science, in the sports medicine field, or in the medical field in itself. Yeah.
It's truly fascinating.
Oh, fascinating.
This is really fascinating. I mean, this is technology, but this is so fascinating that you're able to really assist and help individuals, not only athletes, but even probably everyone else, that just preventing an injury.
Sure.
I'm assuming that what the testing can do. So what is the outcome of the testing? What's the, is it pretty accurate when you go through a test? Explain that to us.
Yeah.
So the accuracy of the test is, I'll speak to the output. The output is we actually are able to get some neuromuscular readings that translate into work. So we're able to determine in layman's terms how hard your body is working to do a specific movement. So any movement you do, we can tell how hard your body is working and how efficient. And so the feedback or the outcome would be for us to develop a report for you to, work on making your body movements more efficient.
Right.
Interesting.
So it would be your speed, your agility, your power, the power in your muscles, and your ability to, that pressure, that force that you use to push off the ground.
Right.
So those are the 4 measurements that we give you and generate in the report. And with that information, you can take that information and, if we are testing agility and we notice that your body is off and that's why you're not moving as fast, then it comes up and we say there's an imbalance here. Or your power, your muscle, and that force off the ground. Again, if one side is pushing off more, we're able to give those imbalances there.
Right. Oh my God, this is so fast. It is. I'm gonna use your word.
Yes.
Fascinating, because
It really
it's like
is.
really being. We're like on the cusp of real breakthrough that can affect everything in humanity.
Yes,
Right.
it's
It's
very,
like
very
Skynet.
neat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, to your point, we were granted a National Science Foundation innovation grant for it. And only, I believe, 5% of all scientists across the international field of science get granted the award. And so we're supported, our science is merit validated by the top scientists
Well, congratulations.
in the world.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
that
you
you're
so
getting
much.
that support, but obviously they see something. That we're running out. We're out of time.
I
here
need
because
another drink.
I want to keep talking. Well,
Need a mimosa just to toast them. Good God.
yes, but I would love
have
to keep.
mimosas.
I would love to keep talking more and more about it because it is so fascinating. But we do have to wrap it up. But with that said, I wish you both the best of luck. with your continued success with HX Innovations. And we hope that we'll be able to see both of you very, very soon as you continue to grow and evolve.
Before we hand out we toast to their success, this is your camera right here.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I just do what we want to do around here.
I know. Oh, I thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Oh,
yes.
All right. We toast to success
We toast to your
here.
success here. to HX Innovations.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
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 Cheers from far away. Cheers from far
Yeah, she
away.
can't get up. She
Yeah,
can't
well,
get up.
careful now.
All right. On our way out, would you mind just looking at the camera? That's your camera, and just you got 30 seconds. Hit your pitch because I know you can pitch it.
Oh, what am I? Oh, HX Innovations. Live from Good Morning America.
Oh, I'll take that. Good morning, Wilmington.
Good morning, Wilmington. Thank you so much for hosting us. This is great. HX Innovations. We're at the Field House. Scheduling is scheduling at hxinnovate.com.
There you have it. What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host,
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me, that's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.